All right, political parties. We were, I know what I want to talk about. We'll just talk about third parties, but let me show you a sample ballot that you will see in Oklahoma. It looks like this. This is the 2016 ballot, November 8th. So you have, here's who was on the ballot for president. Trump and Pence for Republicans, Hillary and Tim Kaine for Democrat. And then we had a third, I think actually there was 4 candidates, but only 3 were on the ballot in Oklahoma. Gary Johnson and Bill Weld were for the Libertarian Party. In that year, we also voted on a senator, US senator, a state senator, and then we had to vote on Supreme Court justices of the Oklahoma Supreme Court. So let's say you're a Democrat and instead of reading every race, you just wanted to vote all Democrats. All you would have to do, see this box here that says straight party voting, just fill in Democrat, and it would have automatically picked Hillary for president. It would have picked Mike Workman for US Senator, and it would have picked Robert Jobe for state senator. Now the judges, they're yes, no. Should we keep them? Yes or no? So you would have to still do all the individual judges. Well, I already had it up close shot of it. So I just want to talk a little bit about some third parties that have been a part of our political system in America. So we basically have a 2-party system, even though it's not official, but it's just kind of, that's the way it formed over the years, starting at the very beginning with the Federalists and the Anti-Federalists, or the Jeffersonian Republicans. And I guess we should say, there's a 2-party dominant system, which means there's always been 2 parties in American history that have dominated politics. But that doesn't mean that there has not been smaller parties, third parties, that have tried to come to the party, so to speak. Parties like the Green Party. What do you think it means that they're called the Green Party? Any guess?
They're for environmental changes and stuff.
Yeah, they're really environmentally friendly, and so they would be big on climate change and global warming. They would probably be for recreational marijuana for everybody. They're green. Green beans for every meal, make it a national law. Green beans or green peas, some kind of green veggie for every, I'm just kidding there. The Constitution Party, that would be a party that would say something to the effect, we want our government to follow the Constitution exactly as it is printed. There's no interpretation. just whatever it says, that's how you are to govern. So they would say, they would poo-poo on the idea of universal health care because there's nothing in the Constitution that says Congress shall make a law providing for insurance for every citizen. Libertarian Party still around. We talked about the Libertarian Party. They really are high on freedom and as little government regulation as possible. And if a libertarian wants to help the government, they would volunteer. They would not be constrained. Socialist Party, just a few of the third parties in history. Some other parties led by our man Teddy Roosevelt, the Progressive Party, 1912, sometimes called the Bull Moose Party. Vote Teddy Roosevelt, Bull Moose Party, a square deal all around. That was one of the things that he advocated, was a square deal. Then you had his cousin FDR, Franklin Roosevelt, not Freddie. Franklin Roosevelt was the New Deal. So Teddy was the square deal. Franklin was the New Deal. And then came along Truman, and his was the fair deal. So for a few years there, presidents seemed to come up with some kind of deal for Americans. Ross Perot ran in 92 on the Progressive Party. Ross Perot was a little squirt guy from Texas. Ran against George Bush Sr. and Bill Clinton. Some people say that because he ran, he is the reason Bill Clinton won, because he took a lot of votes away from Bush. Oh, I'm sorry, not Progressive. He was Reform Party. Reform Party. There's Johnson and Weld in 2016. And I'm not ashamed to tell you that that is who I voted for. I didn't think Trump was a good fit. I didn't think Hillary was a good fit. So and I knew they wouldn't win, but my vote was a protest, because we Americans can protest, right? I was protesting the two-party system that was giving us two lemon candidates. All right, this is gonna be a fun thing. In the late 90s, this is one of the most successful third-party candidates ever. Guy by the name of Jesse Ventura. Running under the Reform Party, he became governor of Minnesota. You can see here, maybe you can see it. Governor-elect Jesse the Body Ventura. Jesse the Body Ventura was a professional wrestler before he became governor. This is how he dressed when he was announcer. And even as a wrestler, he would dress with all these colorful robes and outfits and have feathers hanging from his head. Jesse the Body Ventura. So think of some professional wrestler today. Maybe I can think of one. Well, The Rock. Is he still wrestling? He's not wrestling, is he? John Cena, is he still wrestling? So think of John Cena retiring from professional wrestling and running for governor in his state. So Jesse the Body ran, became governor. He was also an actor He was in a couple of Schwarzenegger movies. The Predator. Predator is a great movie. They're still making Predator movies today. There's Jesse the Body with Schwarzenegger. He was in the movie The Running Man with Schwarzenegger. He was Captain Freedom. Captain Freedom. He even wrote a book, I Ain't Got Time to Bleed. That was one of his lines from Predator. He got shot, and some guy was like, man, you're bleeding. He says, I ain't got time to bleed. So how cool is it that he named his book, I Ain't Got Time to Bleed? Oh, here's one of my favorite candidates too. Vermin Supreme. This guy ran for president from New Hampshire. He really wore a rubber boot on his head. He said if he became president, every American would receive a pony. And how would he defeat ISIS? He would go back with time travel. He would go back in time and defeat ISIS. Vote Vermin Supreme, President of the USA, Overlord of planet Earth. Help take America into the future. A pony for everyone. Together we will ride our ponies into a zombie-powered future. He was going to harness the power of zombies to help power America. And I think he was going to make it a law that everybody had to brush their teeth. So obviously it might be a good law, right? Obviously he didn't become president because you've never heard of President Supreme. All right, so there are some examples of some third parties and some third party candidates. You might see a question or two about third parties on the test. I would only use Vermin Supreme or Jesse the Body Ventura for bonus. So any questions? Y'all ready for a Kahoot competition? So I've never done this. I just set up my account today. So let me log in and I will give you the Kahoot ID number. And so only one of you from Muldrow needs to log in since it's a team thing. So it'll be Camden versus Muldrow, and Camden, and who's going to be logging in? Hazel? Who? Who's going to be the login person?
Kennedy, I
Kennedy,
forgot
okay.
to turn on the microphone.
Okay, let me get the code for you. All righty, it's loading, it's loading. Okay, so you guys got to log into Kahoot, right? You have a, you have a Kahoot account, Camden?
You ain't gotta log in, you just gotta put the pin in, and it'll put my name in there.
See, I don't know this. Okay, the pin is 661 3343. 661 3343. And it should be something like Friday review chapters town competition. Did you see that? Or do I have to hit start?
It says I'm in, but
Are you
I
in,
don't know.
Camden? Oh, yeah, okay, I see you. Duh. All right, I'm learning here. All right, I'm gonna hit start.
okay, y'all are gonna have to tell me because I gotta go to my Kahoot screen.
All right, here comes question 1.
They're literally at the hammock at the photo campus.
All right, it looks like you both got it.
Even if Andy's on, is literally right across the road.
But Muldrow was a little faster, so that's why they're ahead. Okay. Here we go. Whoops. That should be voluntary instead of voluntary. Oh, Camden takes the lead. It was the 19th Amendment. Two questions left. Both got it wrong. It was Federalists and Jeffersonian Republicans. All right, last question. Third place is me. Muldrow is the champion. Good match, guys. Good match. All right. So oh good, we recorded it. So Panama is gonna have to watch it and wish they had been here. Instead of some silly pep assembly. All right, any questions? Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday. Good game.